Lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit, and today I have my finale for Project Level Up. I have thoroughly enjoyed this project so much. I'm already starting to think about next year, trying to sort through some of the palettes that I have, figuring out what I want to use, but that is for a little bit later. Right now, we're going to dive into the palette that I've been working on for level 4, which is what I managed to reach this year. Now, this palette, if you've been watching, I have been working on my Pastel Dreams palette from Give Me Glow. So of course, my goal was to hit every shade 4 times and hit 4 pans in this palette. Now, at the last update, which was a few months ago, I had hit my usage goal, but I can't quite remember if I had hit pans or not. I believe I had no pans, but I was very close in one of them, which was the peach shade. So I'm going to open this and show you guys where I'm at right now. And I don't know if you can tell from back there, but I know you can definitely see quite a few dips. So we're gonna go through them and I'm going to just chat a little bit, but I am excited to say that I have officially hit all 4 pans and I'm really excited about it because that means I've actually completed level 4 this year and I am thrilled about it. So of course, we're gonna start off with the peach shade, which I think you can see the pan from there. This, as I said, was the first shade that I was the closest to hitting pan in, and it did not take me very much time at all. And I continued to use it, and that's why the pan is so large in this shade. Even after I had hit pan, I kept gravitating towards that shade. I absolutely loved it. So I knew that it was going to get a whole lot of use even after the fact that I had hit pan, and it did. I haven't reached for it for a while, but considering we were moving into fall and now kind of winter, it did take me a little bit longer to hit all 4 pans in this palette, but we will continue on with the shades and we'll chat about them that way. The next shade I had hit pan in was this light pink shimmer here. You can see it right there. This one did take a little bit longer, but I knew that this was going to be another shade that I was going to focus on, and I had a really good time with it. I was using it in the inner corner a lot, or the inner half of the lid. I paired it a lot with the peach shade. Beautiful looks came out of that, and I was really excited that I had finally hit those 2 pans. Now, over the last couple of months, I really wasn't reaching for this palette. Like I said, moving into fall and now kind of winter, this palette was put on pause slightly just because I wasn't really wanting to reach for it. I did try a time or two, but I felt like my eyelids were just way too light with using these shimmers and these shades opposed to using something a little bit more of a mid-tone opposed to the pastels. So because of that, I took a little bit longer of a break from this palette than I would have liked to, but I did make sure that I actually reached for it over the past little while. Now, I was reaching for these 2 shades the most. I had reached for this one a couple of times, and I don't think I reached for the blue shade at all, the shimmers. So I knew that the 2 I was more likely going to hit pan in was the purple and the green shimmer, and sure enough, that's how it happened. Now, the green shimmer, surprisingly, I had hit pan on sooner than I actually thought because I didn't realize it at the time. I think I had went in on it a day or 2 later, and I noticed that there was an itty bitty little bit of pan. So it's going to be kind of difficult to see, but it is right there. Like I said, I was a little bit surprised by that. It is very small, so it is hard to see, but I was so excited about it. I had dipped into it and used it on my lower lash line. I really had to blend it out because I didn't find that I really liked how it looked with whatever I was wearing on my lid that day, but I wanted to try and make sure I got some use in that because I was really aiming to hit 4 pans. I needed 2 more for this update, for this finale, and I went in on it. Even though I didn't really like it, even though I blended it out a little bit, it helped, but it definitely wasn't my favorite way of using it. And again, the time of year, my eyelids with these shimmers just looked a little too light. It just didn't pair very well. And then last but not least, just the other day, I had hit pan in this light purple shimmer here called La La Land, I believe. Or no, sorry, Lavender Sky. And it is quite large considering I didn't think it was going to be as large as it was. I was expecting more of like the very tiny pan that is in this green shimmer here called Too High for this. But nonetheless, I'm happy with it. I wore it yesterday. the day that I'm filming this is the day before it's going up. So my yesterday, I believe, is when I had hit pan in this, and I had put this shade all over my lids. I did it partway through the day, so it wasn't a full day wear. I had done something else with my eyelids, but they got super tacky. My eyeshadow kind of balled up, so it was like patched right off my lids. So I decided to dip into this to see if I could hit pan on it. I put it all over both lids and that worked. That's what happened for me to hit pan on it, and I was very happy about it because that meant that I completed my 4 pan goal on this palette. And I'm happy about it. I'm really excited. I think it is going to be a bit before I start to reach for this palette again. So I'm going to put it away. Like I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, I am starting to go through my palettes right now, reorganize some stuff. I did a little bit of a declutter, nothing that I actually filmed for you guys. It was just trying to clear things out. Went through my bathroom, took some, products that I've just had for a very long time, got rid of them, and I've been trying to reorganize some stuff. And as I was reorganizing, I was also trying to figure out what projects I want to work on next year, how I want to do some of them, and what palettes I wanted to work on this project specifically, because I did not want to leave it open-ended necessarily. I really wanted to kind of focus on specific palettes for specific reasons, sort of the same way that I decided to do it this year. If you watched my intro, I explain it all there. So it's going to be very similar, but not quite to the same extent that I was doing it this year. So I do have some things in the works, so I'm excited to start up again in January. I will January 5th have my intro for the next round of this, so please stay tuned if you are interested. I absolutely love and adore this project. Sophie Alexandra had such a wonderful idea of combining a few different projects together to create this one, and I think it has taken off very well. Everybody loves it, and I think it's just a really good way to really work through your projects or your palettes. Even though you might not be getting through a ton of them like you would with Penlow's eyeshadows, at least you're getting a lot of use in one specific palette at a time. So with that being said, I have officially completed 4 levels, and I'm so excited about it. Level 5 will not be happening. We will try for next year. We'll see how far I get, but I am very happy that I was actually able to complete 4 levels this year. Last year was a little bit of a mix. I had restarted once or twice, so I don't think I quite got to that point last year. So I'm really happy with the palettes that I worked on this year, the progress that I've made in those palettes. Because again, I chose them for whatever reason, and I was just happy with how everything had worked out. I was really excited about a couple of the palettes that, ended up getting rolled into this project in specific levels, and I am just happy with the project in general this year. So I'm crossing my fingers that next year is going to be just as good. So again, stay tuned if you're interested, and that is all for this project. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.